Hi everyone, today I'm going to be tying a zonker using black rabbit for the back, sparkle for the body, and to finish the head off, to make it really attractive to the fish, I'm going to be using resin eyes from Deer Creek. Now the first thing we do is we take the pattern out of the vise and we place the hook that we're going to be using into the vise, nice and securely, nice and tight, like so. Now just adjust that. That's better. Now the hook we're using is a streamer size 8 from Partridge and Redditch. The first material we add to the hook is our silk, and this is uni thread black 8/0. Catch on behind the eye, and we run the silk down about 3/4 of the way down the shank of the hook. Take it back up to the center and leave it hang. Trim the waste away, and that's our first stage done. Now to create the body, I'm going to be taking some glister sparkle dub from Vineyards. This is pearl, and also black peacock. Okay, also from Vineyards. Now to create the body, we take a dubbing loop tool, we catch the silk on, form a loop, go back to the center of the hook, catch the loop in, whip finish with your thread and cut your thread away. Now what this allows us to do is to form a dubbing loop, but the thread isn't going to be getting in the way when we're actually forming the body. Now we take even pinches of the pearl and the black peacock glistered up, like so, and that's all I've done with this is put it together, and I've just pulled it between my finger and thumbs. Okay, now we open the dubbing loop and we push the dubbing inside, just like so. We don't need a lot, we're trying to minimize it because the pattern that we are going to be tying is going to be quite a large pattern, and we want to be able to cast it easily. If you put a lot of materials onto it, when it gets wet it gets heavy, so minimize and use a material such as this, which is synthetic, that doesn't hold water. As soon as you cast it, the water's gone. Okay, so it makes it nice and light. Now we just take our dubbing tool and twist, like so. And when we're at that stage, take a dubbing brush and just pull some of the fibres out, just rough it up, go up and down it, pull them out, nice and rough, nice and scruffy, just like so. That's perfect. Now take your brush down and just create a body. It looks awful at the moment, but when we get a dubbing brush on, it'll look perfect. Now we stop at that stage, we go back to our thread, pull that out of the way, catch on, trim the silk away, catch the dubbing tool material in, just like so. Get that out of the way there, secure it, trim it away, brush the fibres back and lock it all down, just like so. We go back to our dubbing brush and just pull the material out like so. Just tease it so it just flows at the back end of the hook. Be rough with it, pull them out. And there we are. And when you pull that back, it gives you a nice belly, or a nice silhouette of a belly. Right, to create the back, we take a Zonker strip. This is Black Rabbit. Pull it back, put the strip directly on top of the hook, catch in, 2-3 turns, just check it's sitting as you want it, which it is, and now secure it down. Get your scissors, twice the length of the hook, slip it in and trim away, and that's your wing. Now if you look at the underbody, it's about the same length as the wing, and that's exactly what you want. Nice and thin but sparkly, perfect. Now to create a hackle, take your Zonker strip, cut roughly 1 inch off, like so. Pull the fibres out, like so. For this, I'm going to be using a petition tool, okay? But you can just form a loop and slip it in and then cut the actual piece of hide off. But I just find it easier to use this little tool. So you just take the fur, open the tool, and catch it in, like so. Take your scissors, just manipulate the tool as you want, and cut a piece of skin or the hide away. And that's ready to form our hackle. We go back to our dubbing tool, our dubbing loop tool. Just twist that so it's sitting right, okay. We catch it on, like so. Come up, form a loop, catch it in, secure it. This time, leave the silk on. Just put it out of the way. So now we've got a loop, like so. We go to our petition tool, catch it in, pull it tight, and release the fur. Carefully open the fur up, like so. Just touch it and move it. Pull the fibres. What I'm actually doing is I'm opening the fur up to give me a longer hackle, and I'm trying to create the tips as long as I can, because you're trapping the hair with the silk. You've got to leave some fur either side. Try to make this as long as you can, and when you're at that stage, if you take the tool, you can just tap it in to make it nice and straight. Hold the dubbing loop tool nice and firm, and just twist to form your hackle. Twist, twist, twist until it forms a brush, like so. And then, as you would do with a hackle, fold the fibres into one direction, like so, until it creases. And we just hackle from the wing towards the eye. Over we go. Once more, 1, 2 turns. Take your silk, bring it through the hackle like so, so nothing gets trapped. Come around, take your tool out of the way, 1, 2 turns, put it back, catch it in, trim the waste away, and there we are. That's our hackle. Push it back, put a few turns of silk on just in front of the hackle to secure it. Go back your dubbing brush, take some of the sparkle away, and now brush the hackle so all the fibres release, and it looks nice and smart then. Evens it out like so. Pull it back and make a nice big head to accept the eyes that we're going to be placing on. If that happens, it's a little tip, take a hackle pliers, catch the thread. Okay, rethread your bobbin. And that hackle pliers now is holding your thread nice and secure for you, so you can work without the fly falling apart. Catch your thread on, 2, 3 turns, push that forward, trim your waste away, like so. No panic, no disaster, out of trouble. Pull it back, make a nice big head, like so. Get rid of all the little fuzzy bits. Make sure there's nothing sticking through. And then we'll finish. And that's basically our fly tying finished. Now we're going to go to our eyes. Pull all the fibres back, that's looking good. Okay, the eyes. Now these are from Deer Creek. They come in zombie eyes, gator eyes, they come in various sizes from that big to, I think the smallest Nick does is about 3mm, but for this pattern I'm going to be using 4mm. Okay, and we use these nice bright blue ones. So we get some super glue, put the fly on its side, and put a blob of super glue just like so. Peel your eye off, take a tweezers and just place him on like so. Oh, it's come off. So the glue is sticking everywhere. You'll get there though. There we are. That's one eye done. Turn him around. Put some super glue on this side. Only a spot. As little as possible. Take it out the eye. Place him on like so. Manipulate it, move it as you want it. And there we are. Now, sometimes when you use these resin eyes from various companies, if you just super glue them on, they can pull off. So what I tend to do, before I start doing with my resin, I trim the little scruffy bits of hair away, like so. make it nice and neat at the finish. I take some builder resin from Deer Creek, place it between the eyes, let it flow in there and set it. So what I'm actually doing is I'm putting the resin between the eyes to fill the gap. So that's the top section done. Roll him over. Do the same thing with the builder resin. Just push those layers out of the way. Place it in. Like so. Let it flow in. And set it. Just turn the fly in the vise. So that's the builder resin. Now to finish the fly off and to make sure those eyes never ever move, this is the tack-free Diamond Fine, also from Deer Creek. What I want to do with this is place it on the top of the builder, like so, and then all over the eyes. So what I'm actually doing is encasing the eyes totally in resin, and they then will never ever pull off. You can pull this through weed, you can hit fish with it, and these eyes will stay put. Put it on, give it a few turns in the vise before we set it, and when we're happy, just set it with a torch. Just turn it. And what this also does is, because we've done most of the work with the resin and the eyes at the head, it gives it a bit of action in the water, a bit of movement. No lead used, no tungsten wire used, nothing, just resin and the materials. And that's it. That is it. Take a dabbing needle, just fluff the hair up, make it look nice and pretty, like a little Mohican. And as you can hear, those eyes and that head is solid. So if you want to tie a few zonkers, a few bait patterns, have a little look at the Deer Creek website. Check it out. And thanks for watching. Bye bye.